Hi, John Sortino here again, your course coach, coaching you to becoming an entrepreneur coach for kids. Lesson 8, how to encourage and reinforce your child's money-making effort. Now remember, they're only kids. While the other kids are doing something different, like playing video games or whatever, your child will be one of the few making his or her own money. For a kid, being different is sometimes hard. When I had my morning paper route, I was the only kid in my group of friends to have money. So I talked my best friend Mike into doing half the route. I went from doing all 60 papers in the morning to doing only 31. I could sleep a little later, and it was much more manageable. Mike and I both did the work in the morning at the same time. We would meet up after we were done and get something together at the store, then go off to school. Entrepreneur Kid Rule 1. It is more fun to do some work with another person than by yourself. Encourage your child to bring one of his or her friends along when making money. When I was in high school, I got a job working in a drive-in movie theater in the concession stand. I talked another friend, Orlov, into doing the same thing with me. We had fun driving together and working together. And when the boss needed extra help, I asked another friend. Warren Buffett was the same way, and he discusses it in his book Snowball. He would rather work with one of his friends than alone, whether selling golf balls, pinball machines, or selling race tips at the racetrack. He always would talk someone into doing the work with him. Entrepreneur Kid Rule number 2. Encourage the kids and support them. Let your child know how proud you are. Let them know how impressed you are that they do some kind of a job while all the other kids don't. Brag about them in front of your friends and family, especially the grandparents. Let the teachers, ministers, and coaches know about your child's money-making effort. Sometimes ask them if they need help. Kid Entrepreneur Rule number 3. There is so much to learn from stories and movies, like these stories about these young entrepreneurs. On the Road is a segment of a CBS TV show with Steve Hartman. He travels on the road and he meets people and he does a story about them. And he did the story on 13-year-old Shelby Grenbeck. When Shelby's family hit troubled times, Shelby used a loan from her grandmother to buy chickens and started a successful business selling eggs. It's a great story. In the handout, it has a link to watch the video. Please watch it. There's also the story of Emily and Julianne, two 14-year-old girls who made and sold hairbands. The name of their company is MEJ. They were armed with a dream and many trips to the fabric store. MEJ was created by these two teenage entrepreneurs. They were inspired by fashion. The two girls set out to create quality, modern hair ties. They now run an exciting business alongside their mothers and believe everyone deserves a little luxury and comfort in their lives. When you go to the website, they have a foundation set up to help other young entrepreneurs. So go to the website and learn about them. It's a pretty cool story about these two girls. Then there's Willow Tufano. According to NPR's Planet Money, 14-year-old Tufano, her area was severely affected by the real estate crisis. As vacancies swept through the neighborhood in Florida, Tufano's mother, real estate broker Shannon Moore, began working with investors who wanted to bid on foreclosed homes. When Moore mentioned a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home in Port Charlotte, Florida, selling for $12,000. Her daughter pounced on the opportunity. Minors can't own real estate in Florida until they're 18, so Tefano and her mother split the investment. A concrete block home estimated to be worth $100,000 at the real estate bubble height. Without wasting any time, Tefano and her family cleaned up the 679 square foot place and started renting it out for about $700 a month. Tefano cashed into the housing market at an opportune time. I believe now she has 3 homes. She's turned 3 homes. But here's how she made her money to buy the houses. While tagging along with her mom to foreclose properties, the business-savvy teen saw an entrepreneurial opportunity in the heaps of appliances and belongings left over. She collected and sold forsaken furniture online and was soon raking in about $500 a month. This is Tufano speaking. This is what she feels. If there's one thing I want people to know, it's that your age does not matter. She goes on to say, if I can inspire another person my age or even younger, that would mean the world to me. Whether it's buying a house or buying a car or whatever, if you really work for it and put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want to. Now, I love the movies, and these are my favorite movies, which I highly recommend that you watch because they teach and inspire. Top of my list is The Men Who Built America. It's a TV series that was on the History Channel. It's about Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, Tom Edison, Teddy Roosevelt, Henry Ford, and many more. Then there's Big with Tom Hanks. It's a movie how he did so well in his job because he was a kid. The Right Stuff. It's a true story about daring test pilots and astronauts. Social Network. Learn how Facebook got started. The Aviator. It's a life chronicle of one of the richest men in the world, Howard Hughes. Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. It's a movie about believing in yourself. Startup.com. The message of that movie is, through our failures, we become a greater success. Office Space. It's a funny story of 3 office friends. The message in this movie is the 9-to-5 job might not get you very far. Jerry Maguire. He loses his job for speaking up and then starts his own business. Forrest Gump. How he got into the shrimp business. It's a story of a man who rose above his challenges and proved that determination, courage, and love are more important than ability. Tucker. Message of that movie is, leaders never give up. Rudy. Rudy's message is, determination and heart will get you further than talent. Pirates of Silicon Valley. The message of this movie is, copying may just mean good business. This is a really good story about Microsoft founder Bill Gates and Apple co-founder Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. And lastly on my list is Wall Street. The message of that movie is, every dream has its price. To review, encourage your young entrepreneur. They will sometimes need your help and support. Remember, they are only kids. Learn from stories and movies that teach us entrepreneur lessons. Thanks for listening. Your homework is to get out there and watch some movies. I have a list in the handout. See you all in Lesson 9, Saving Money and Goal Setting. That's all for now. Hi, John Sortino here again.